Good morning, is 2nd of March 2022. My name is Paul. We are bringing you the news update today from the Netherlands. If you are watching us for the first time, you are welcome to Precious Fox Entertainment TV. Please do your best to subscribe and follow us on our social media platform. Here is the news headline. Dutch law firms warned to watch out for Russian sanctions busting. The Dutch Bar Association has called on its members to be extra alert when it comes to Russian clients who may want to get around US and EU sanctions, the Financiële Dagblad reported on Tuesday. The association has warned that Russians may try to get around sanctions by moving their assets from the Netherlands, and said that Dutch lawyers should not cooperate with such requests. In addition, the association is warning that lawyers should report any unusual Russian transactions to the Financial Security Service (FSU), the paper said. Russian individuals and companies are thought to have billions of euros in assets parked in the Netherlands, and that alone is enough reason to expect efforts will be made to get round the sanctions, association official Evert Jan Hendricks said in a special newsletter to members. Rotterdam Philharmonic cuts ties with Russian conductor Valery Gergiev. The Rotterdam Philharmonic Orchestra has cut its ties with Russian conductor Valery Gergiev because he has refused to condemn the invasion of Ukraine. Gergiev has worked closely with the orchestra for decades, and the news means the Gergiev Festival planned for September will not now go ahead. There was contact with Gergiev last night and the divide is unbridgeable, the orchestra said in a short statement. Advertently describing the decision as painful from a musical perspective, the orchestra's board said it is the only option. Gergiev, 68, has conducted the orchestra as both guest and chief since 1988. Dutch pension funds have 2.5 billion euros invested in Russia. Dutch pension funds have at least 2.5 billion euros invested in Russian companies and state bonds. The 10 biggest funds have investments in companies such as Gazprom, Lukoil and Rosneft, as well as banks Sberbank, Credit Bank of Moscow and VTB, all of which will be impacted by EU and US sanctions, NU.NL said. Nevertheless, most of the funds have fairly limited exposure and are currently considering what to do with their Russian investments. Civil Service Pension Fund AB, one of the biggest funds in the world with 540 billion euros in assets, has an estimated 1 billion euros in Russia, having decided last year to ditch gas and oil investments. Dutch railway company NS has joined international train group Thalys and Deutsche Bahn in offering free travel to people fleeing the war in Ukraine. Your passport is your train ticket, Director Marjan Rintel said. We hope NS can play its part in contributing towards a better situation for fleeing Ukrainian families. Your passport is your train ticket, Director Marjan Rintel said. We hope NS can play its part in contributing towards a better situation for fleeing Ukrainian families. Ukrainian nationals in the Netherlands can collect a free day pass at any NS ticket or service counter if they show their Ukrainian identity papers and a German or Austrian train ticket no more than 24 hours old. 11 aid agencies have opened up the collective appeal Giro 555 to raise funds for what they have described as a humanitarian disaster in Ukraine. The charities are also broadcasting TV and radio commercials to bring in donations to Giro 555. An earlier appeal, Giro 5125, launched by the Red Cross last week, has raised 3.7 million euros since the war started a week ago. People need direct emergency aid such as housing, medical care and clean drinking water, said Giro 555 appeal chairman Kees Zevenbergen. This is the news update. Thanks for joining us.